Okay, girlfriend, it's time to talk about postpartum physical recovery and what to expect. I feel like this is a subject that a lot of times either moms don't share with each other or you don't get quite far enough in your books to learn about what recovery is going to be like. And I want you to have as smooth of a recovery process as possible. So I'm going to give you a lot of tips. I'm going to talk about some things that you might want to have at home ready when you come home with baby from the hospital. So the one thing that surprised me after having a baby is I had pretty long pushing stage with the first baby, and it was so hard just to sit upright after having a baby. And a couple of things that you can do to help with this. One is there'll be ice packs that either the hospital will have pre-made or that your husband or partner can make for you. And sometimes the nurse is good at handing that to you every 3 hours, but I usually will say, husbands, partners, it's your job every 3 hours, hand her an ice pack for the next 24 hours while you're in the hospital. And that's going to help to decrease the swelling. Now, some of you, you're not going to have a long pushing stage, and so maybe sitting is not going to be as big of a deal. But for those of you that do have a longer pushing stage, this is definitely going to help. So ice for the first 24 hours. Also, take the pain medicine that they give you in the hospital. That's definitely going to help over the next week or 2 weeks. They may help, or they may give you a spray bottle in the bathroom, and after you go to the bathroom, you'll just use the spray bottle and then just maybe take some toilet paper and just dab real gently because you're going to be sore. And then when you get home, then you're going to get into a nice warm sitz bath about 2 to 3 times a day, even if it's for 10 minutes at a time. So run some warm water in your tub, add some Epsom salts to it. I know you're going to be super busy and not think you have the time to do it, but do take care of yourself physically so you can recover faster. Another option, some moms like just purchasing these little bins, these basins. You can get these at Walgreens, and just put some warm water in there. You can just put this on your toilet, so if you don't want to take the time to get in the tub, just sit on this on the toilet for about 10 minutes or so. Again, you could put some Epsom salts in there. The donut, okay. This is what I sat on for a good week to 2 weeks after having Olivia, and it was the only way that I could sit upright. I mean, another option would be just laying on your side if your perineum is still really sore, so just lots of good options there to try. When you get home, couple things that might be helpful. Tux pads can be really good to use. Witch hazel can also be something that is helpful. Have all sorts of shapes and sizes of pads ready for the next 6 weeks because you can bleed off and on for 6 weeks, so very common. You might also want to have some granny panties on at home available for the next couple weeks that you can just throw away. Another thing that you might be unprepared for is constipation. So after you have just pushed a baby out, I feel like they don't quite prepare you enough for what's to come over those next couple of days. The first bowel movement after having a baby can be a little bit rough, and that's why they give you stool softener in the hospital. Make sure and take that every single day. Do not forget about that. Also, drink a lot of fluids. You might even want to add in a little bit of Metamucil, get in some good fiber in your diet. All of that is going to be helpful. A lot of different reasons why you can have constipation, but just know that if you drink your fluids and take that stool softener, that whole issue can be resolved or a little bit easier for you. And another issue that you may not be aware of, I jokingly say this in class, that you just kind of want to know whoever you are with in the room very well, because the whole gas issue, there's kind of no controlling that. So you'll probably get to know those around you very well. Leaking urine, another just fun subject, right? But that can be very normal those first several weeks, even up to about 6 weeks. You might find that you leak a little bit of urine. very normal. If beyond 6 to 8 weeks, your doctor will give you an exact time period, but if beyond that time period you're still leaking urine, then definitely talk to your doctor, because then maybe some other issue is going on. So it's never too early to start doing the Kegel exercises. So yeah, I would start doing those even now, but especially after you have the baby. That is going to help with that issue. I remember going home from the hospital and I was so disappointed with how big my legs and my feet looked, and my belly. It looked like I didn't even have looked like I hadn't even given birth yet. So yeah, just know legs, feet can be swollen unless it's related to a blood pressure issue. Your practitioner probably is not going to give you anything for that. That'll go down over the next week to 2 weeks, and they'll probably tell you to drink some fluids, put your feet up. And always bring maternity clothes or really stretchy clothes to the hospital with you to go home in, because yeah, like I said, it's going to take a little bit to get your shape back and lose the weight. I know another issue that you might come across too is just nipple soreness and what to do there. And we are going to have some videos with a lactation consultant that is going to address all of those issues. So I hope all of this helps make the transition after having a baby a little bit easier and you feel a little bit more prepared.